The sun was just starting to rise over San Francisco when Emily Carter, a black woman in her 30s, walked into a coffee shop on her way to work. She wasn't expecting trouble. She wasn't even expecting attention. But the moment she stepped inside, the entire mood shifted. A man near the counter stopped talking, staring at her like she had no right to be there. And then, a police officer who had been getting his morning coffee turned around and slowly walked toward her with that look. The look that says you're already guilty. Within seconds, phones came out. People started whispering. Emily's heart raced, but she held her ground. Because she knew this morning was about to change her life. And theirs. Emily Carter worked as a software engineer at a tech company near the Golden Gate Bridge. She was confident, calm, and smart. Someone who stayed in her lane and never looked for drama. But that morning, drama found her. The coffee shop confrontation. Officer Daniel Brooks, a white cop known for his short fuse, stepped toward Emily. "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to step outside," he said. Emily frowned. "Why?" "I literally just walked in." A man behind her muttered loudly. "Yeah, officer, she walked in acting weird. Maybe she's hiding something." Emily turned. "All I did was walk through the door." "What is your problem?" The officer placed his hand on his belt like he was preparing for something major. Phones pointed at them. People recording. Nobody helping. Emily raised her hand slowly, not because she was afraid, but because she didn't want this man to twist a single detail. "Officer, I'm not doing anything wrong." "Step outside now," a barista called out nervously. "Officer, she didn't do anything?" Brooks shot him a warning glare, shutting him up instantly. Emily stepped outside, not because she agreed, but because she didn't want bullets flying over a cup of coffee. Outside, rain sprinkled lightly. The bridge lights glowed behind her. Officer Brooks circled her like she was a suspect. "Empty your pockets." Emily stared at him. "You're searching me because of what? My skin color?" Brooks smirked. "Ma'am, stop playing the victim card." Emily exhaled sharply. "I'm late for work. Either charge me with something or let me go." That's when Brooks's radio buzzed. A call came through about a robbery suspect. Description: black woman, blue jacket, carrying a yellow wallet. Emily's wallet was yellow. Brooks's eyes widened like he had found his big catch. "There we go," he said, reaching for her wrist. Emily stepped back. "You cannot be serious." People outside stopped to watch. Someone across the street yelled, "Hey man, she didn't rob anybody." "I've been here since 6. Brooks ignored him. A teenage boy, Ethan Miller, white, around 17, wearing a hoodie, slowly approached. "Officer, that's not her," Ethan said. Brooks snapped, "Kid, back away." Ethan shook his head. "I saw the woman who robbed the store. She had braids, a tattoo on her hand, and she was like 40. This lady looks nothing like her." Brooks froze, but only for a moment. "Kid, stay in your lane. Let me do my job." Ethan didn't move. "Your job is to protect people, not pick random black women because you feel like it." People watching gasped. Emily looked at the boy, shocked that someone actually had courage today. Brooks's face turned red. He grabbed Emily's arm. She pulled her arm back. "Don't touch me." Brooks stepped closer, chest puffed up. "You resist again, you're going to jail." Ethan pulled out his phone and aimed it straight at Brooks. "Touch her again, and this video is going online." Brooks hesitated. For the first time, he looked unsure. 2 more police cars pulled up, sirens, lights, people backing away. Officer Sarah Collins, white, mid-40s, stepped out, calmer, more reasonable. "Brooks, what's going on?" Brooks pointed at Emily. "Match to the robbery call." Sarah looked Emily up and down, then checked the report. "Brooks and the suspect has a neck tattoo." "She doesn't." Brooks insisted. "Maybe she covered it." Emily lifted her hair. "Do you see a tattoo?" Sarah sighed. "Brooks, release her." Brooks clenched his jaw, embarrassed in front of everyone. But before Sarah could speak again, another officer jogged over with security camera footage on his tablet. "Got the real suspect. She's already in custody. Definitely not this woman." The entire crowd turned to Brooks. Ethan crossed his arms, smirking. "Told you." Brooks's face drained of color. Sarah stepped toward Emily. "Ma'am, I'm truly sorry for the misunderstanding." Emily held her ground. "A misunderstanding? He targeted me from the second I walked inside." Brooks snapped, "Watch your tone." Emily looked him straight in the eyes. "No, you watch yours." The crowd murmured. Sarah stepped between them. "Brooks, step back." Emily wasn't done. You humiliated me. You made assumptions. You put your hand on your weapon, and you would have arrested me if that boy didn't speak up. Ethan raised his hand lightly. Glad I could help. Sarah sighed. Emily, would you like to file a complaint? Emily looked around at the people who watched but said nothing, at the ones who recorded instead of helping. Then at Ethan, the only one who did something. Yes, she said. I want to file a complaint. And I want this handled properly. Brooks scoffed. Good luck with that. Sarah turned sharply. Brooks, inside the car, now. Brooks looked stunned. What? You heard me. Brooks got into the squad car, furious. Emily watched as the man who tried to humiliate her was now being disciplined, in front of everyone, for the first time that morning. She felt like the power had shifted. 2 days later, Emily walked into the San Francisco Police Department's Internal Affairs Division, dressed sharp, holding her folder of evidence. Ethan was already there, hoodie and all. He waved awkwardly. Hey, figured you might need backup. Emily smiled. You already saved me once. Might as well finish the job. A woman in a suit entered. Detective Laura Green, calm, no nonsense. Ms. Carter, Ethan, thank you for coming. We reviewed the coffee shop videos, and Officer Brooks' behavior looks bad. Ethan muttered, looks bad? It was bad. Laura continued. We need both of you to give full statements, and we're opening an official investigation. Emily nodded. Good, I want this taken seriously. Inside another room, Officer Daniel Brooks sat with his union rep, sweating. He's lying, Brooks snapped. That kid twisted everything. The union rep sighed. Daniel, we watched the footage. Brooks slammed the table. She wouldn't listen. She was resisting. The rep leaned in. Daniel, she wasn't resisting. She was standing still. You escalated. Brooks shook his head, furious. So what now? They're gonna fire me? The rep didn't answer, which made Brooks even angrier. Halfway through Emily's interview, Laura received a message on her phone. Excuse me, she said, stepping outside. Emily and Ethan exchanged looks. When Laura returned, her face had changed. We found something unexpected. She placed a tablet on the table and hit play. Footage from Brooks's body cam, the part he didn't submit. He had tried to delete sections where he swore at Emily, grabbed her arm aggressively, and even said under his breath, People like you never learn. Ethan's jaw dropped. Wow, that's straight up racist. Emily looked at the screen, shaking slightly, not from fear but anger. Laura continued. Trying to delete evidence is a serious offense. And combined with your complaint, this could go criminal. Emily leaned back, breathing deeply. Finally, people were listening. 2 weeks later, a disciplinary hearing was held. Officers, lawyers, and a community board sat in a long room. Brooks entered in uniform, trying to look confident. Emily sat on one side, Ethan beside her, Laura behind them. The chairperson began. Officer Daniel Brooks, you are here for allegations of racial profiling, misconduct, and destruction of evidence. Brooks rolled his shoulders. With all due respect, the media blew this out of proportion. Emily stood. This isn't the media. You targeted me because I was black, and when you realized you were wrong, you still tried to justify it. Brooks scoffed. You're dramatic. The room murmured. Ethan stood up. She's not dramatic. I saw the whole thing. You treated her like trash, and you only backed off when people started recording. Brooks turned to him. You don't know anything, kid. Ethan shot back. I know you shouldn't be wearing that badge. The board asked for quiet. Laura played the full body cam footage. The room went silent. You could hear Brooks's voice crystal clear. You people never learn. A woman on the board gasped. Another shook her head. Brooks buried his face in his hands. The chairperson spoke firmly. Officer Brooks, this is beyond misconduct. This is deliberate racism, harassment, and attempted evidence tampering. Effective immediately. Brooks looked up. Your badge is suspended. Brooks froze. Pending criminal charges? The entire room buzzed with shock. Ethan whispered. He's done. Emily exhaled in a long, heavy breath she had been holding since the morning she walked into that coffee shop. Outside the building, reporters circled around. Mics out, cameras flashing. Emily! Do you feel justice was served? Is this the beginning of a lawsuit? Emily raised her hand gently. Please, I'll say one thing. Everyone quieted. Racism isn't just loud. It's not always violent or obvious. Sometimes it's a look, a tone, a false assumption. But today something different happened. She looked at Ethan. A kid spoke up. And because of that, the truth came out. Ethan blushed, shrugging. I just did what anyone should do. Emily smiled. But not everyone does. And that's why this matters. The reporters murmured, recording every word. After the reporters left, Ethan turned to Emily. So, you think things will actually change? Emily looked at the sky, bright, calm, peaceful. Maybe not overnight, but today was a step. Ethan grinned. You know, my mom always says if you see something wrong, don't just watch, do something. Guess she was right. Emily laughed. She definitely was. A week later, Emily received a letter. The police department issued an official apology. Brooks had been terminated, and a community training program was being created because of her case. Emily folded the letter slowly, proud but emotional. She had walked into a coffee shop for a simple morning routine and walked out sparking a citywide change. Emily met Ethan again at the same coffee shop. He waved. No angry cops today? She chuckled. Let's hope not. They grabbed coffee and stepped outside, the Golden Gate Bridge shining behind them. Emily looked at Ethan. You know, you didn't just help me. You helped this entire city. Ethan sipped his drink. Well, someone had to. Emily smiled, breathing in the fresh morning air. For the first time in a long time, everything felt right. Fade out.